Good morning. It is Thursday, August the 10th, and I am sitting in my car again. I sit in my car a lot. I do. Okay, so today I want to talk about things that the universe does to you that you just don't like. It's easy to say things happen for a reason. People are put in your life for a reason. Everybody says that. It's kind of a catchphrase. It's almost, cliche. But if you say it and if you believe it, you got to be able to walk the walk. And, it's interesting because there's a person in my life right now that aggravates the crap out of me half the time, and the other half of the time is awesome. But it's funny because I've gotten to pick apart why I'm aggravated so much by this person, and what I'm finding is I see a lot of myself in them. I see, and a lot of it is things that I've already conquered in myself and that I've already overcome. This is a younger person, and and I'm kind of looking at it like, do I really want to, am I put here to guide this person through the same sorts of things I went through? Because that's kind of what that's what I say I'm all about. I'm all about guiding people and, helping them through their things, and especially using my experience to make somebody else's path a little easier. I mean, that's what I want to do. That's what I do. But then I am presented with someone who is holding a mirror up to me, and saying, you recognize this? Yeah, because this is or was you, now you get to help somebody else through it. And I'm just like, wow, do I really, I feel like I'm, I feel like once you accomplish something, once you get through something, once you address something within yourself, you kind of feel like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on to the next thing. And then you're presented with someone who has the same kind of issue or the same kind of, maybe character trait they're working on, that kind of thing. And you're just like, wow, this is really close to home. Do I really want to go through this again? Do I want to hold this mirror up for that person? Do I want to show them, so funny, and then you get to that question. I mean, yes, people are put in your life for a reason, and they are put in your life to teach you things, and they are put in your life for you to teach them things, for you to help each other. And, that can apply to somebody you see in the, 7-Eleven checkout, or it can be someone who you start dating. I mean, it can be anybody. People could be there for a 30-second lesson, or they can be there for, who knows. So, ironically, one of my biggest things in my life is I am a runner. I am a flight risk. From the time that, I was a kid and I was a runaway, that's always been me. When things get to be too much, my first thought is, how far can you go? Where are you going to go? And how fast can you get there? You have to get away. And, that's one of the biggest things that I work on, is running away from things rather than standing in there and fighting, and, I always like to think that I've gotten really good at that, or that I've at least gotten much better. Until something presents itself to me that is a challenge, and that is something that I'm like, oh gosh, do I really want to deal with this? And usually my first answer is no, and then I have to sit there and go, no, you're not doing this. This is what you do, but this is not what you're supposed to do. You've got to, so. It's really interesting. I mean, the whole talking the talk versus walking the walk about, oh yeah, everything happens for a reason. People are put in your life for a reason. And, then somebody's put in your life. It's kind of a challenge. And it's like, I don't want it, it's the biggest thing I'm having to remind myself of today. So that's just what I wanted to share. There's a couple of people in my life right now that I know that I'm supposed to help. I know that it's what I'm here for, and I know that I can do it. And I got to remind myself that's why I'm here. That's why we're here. I'm in my second half. That's what I always say. I'm over 50, so I'm in the second half of my life. And the first half was all about learning, growing, accumulating information. And while that part doesn't stop, I feel the emphasis right now is more, in my second half, the emphasis is more on sharing, contributing, helping, those sorts of things. And sometimes it's easier than others. There's people that are easy to help, and there's people that are not easy to help. And it's those boundaries. It's knowing what you can and can't do for somebody. It's knowing that once you've tried for X amount of time, or you give something a shot for a few times, and if it's not working, then you have to decide. Then you decide, okay, maybe they're not ready for this or whatever. And my thing is, I've got to hang in there for that period of time. I can't be so quick to say, I don't want to do it. This is too hard, and cut and run. So yeah. So it's look at the people that are in your life, and see what they're doing for you, and see what you're doing for them. And you have to. There is a line. You have to give things a try. You have to try. Just remember that after you've given the effort, if it's just not, if you feel like you're beating the head against the wall, it's probably because you need to go find a door. You probably need to walk around it. You probably need to not do this anymore, or at least for the moment. My thing is, I've got to make sure I'm putting in that effort before I make that decision, rather than going, it's too hard, I don't want to do this. So yeah, it's hard. It's really hard sometimes. Some people are easy to help, and those are the easy ones are not the challenging ones. You can still be helpful to them. You can still be a help, but you're not growing as much out of that, I think. I think that where you grow most is where it's somebody's a little harder, than somebody's more of a challenge to help, and you're able to do it anyway. And then you come away really feeling accomplished, really feeling like you've done something for someone, and you've also learned to stand and fight in there, and do the hard thing, and I think that's what's the most important. So do the thing. If you're in a challenging relationship, look and see what you're doing for each other. Try to figure out if you've got a foot out the door. Figure out if it's because you're just scared to stand in there, or figure out if you're actually through. Sometimes you have to sit down and sort that out. And I'm kind of finding I'm having to do that. It's really a pain in the neck, but at least I've recognized it. I recognized it, so I'm doing the thing. So go do the thing. Anyway, down below here, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Have a good day. Peace.